Hey guys, Vlad is here, and today we have a great video, another video about collocations, yeah? So, today we'll pick a verb, and that will be very common verb that everyone knows, and that will be the word to write, So, just for you to understand that verbs can also have collocations, yeah? Usually we think about adverbs that we use with this verb, or what can we write, what can we do with that verb. For example, nouns, yeah, a list of nouns we can use with this verb. So today's word of our attention, yeah, is the word to write, But before we jump into the collocations list for this verb, I want to give you one more piece of information about collocations, yeah. And one of the most common examples to illustrate the importance of collocations is the example of strong rain. So English learners usually say, maybe because of their own language, as I told you in the previous video, that our own language influences how we learn, how we understand another language. So students often say strong rain, but native speakers would never say it like that. So maybe you will be understood if you say strong rain, but you will definitely be maybe judged by that, yeah? And definitely native speaker will notice that something is wrong with that, okay? So instead of strong rain, you should say, for example, heavy rain. And you'll ask me, so how do you know that, Vlad? You are not a native speaker yourself. And I agree, but I can Google it and I can just go to Collocations dictionary and see what are the best collocations to use with the word rain, the adjectives. One of those is heavy rain, okay? So let's continue with our word today. It's a verb to write. So first of all, I just want to emphasize that there are two ways we can understand the verb to write. First one is to form letters, yeah, to form letters on paper, for example. And the second one is to produce a piece of writing, like writing a book or writing an essay. So let's start with the first one, and that is to form letters and words on paper, yeah, just the physical process of writing. All right, so let's take a look at some adverbs that we can use with this verb. And you remember, yeah, that adverbs of manner, for example, explain how you do things. For example, to write clearly, to write neatly, or to write busily, yeah. Another example would be, she was busily writing in the exercise books, or he always writes. He always neatly writes the texts, for example, yeah. And some of the other examples of the adverbs we can use with the word write are to write down, yeah, to write something down. Basically, when you write something down, you commit this to paper, yeah, commit this information to paper, to write something down. She wrote down quickly the phrase that was told by the speaker, something like that. Then we jump into verb plus write. So maybe there are examples of two verbs, yeah, in a collocation, and that would be to learn to write. Yeah, all of us learned how to write, learned to write at school, at least most of us, yeah. And another one would be to teach somebody to write, and that's what we often do with my little ones, yeah, with my little students. I teach them to write, okay? So teach somebody to write. And the last one in this list is preposition on. So preposition plus the word to write, yeah? So to write on. And basically in this case could be to write on paper, yeah? To write on something. Maybe he wrote down his number on a napkin, something like that. All right, and then the second meaning of the word to write would be to produce a piece of writing. So we talk about authors, writers, students writing something as producing the piece of writing. So in this case, adverbs could be to write something beautifully, to write well, to write badly, clearly, or extensively, or maybe anonymously. An example could be that the ability to write clearly is plain English, clearly in plain English. So he has the ability to write clearly in plain English. It means that his writing is coherent, understandable, and it's just clear, yeah? Then what about some verbs with the verb to write, but in the meaning of producing the piece of writing? So maybe you could say inspire somebody to write. Yeah, that event inspired him to write a book, okay? Or maybe commission somebody to write. He has been commissioned to write a history of the town. Commissioned, yeah, basically. And some of the phrases that we can use with the verb to write, actually prepositions, yeah, to write about, preposition and the verb to write about your life, or to write about that city, and so on. To write for, maybe we can use this preposition, to write for. For example, that journalist is writing for the Times, yeah, or the New York Times, for example, means a newspaper, magazine, or something like that. All right, and the last one would be preposition of, to write of. She wrote of her life in Africa. Basically, it's similar to the word about, yeah, to write about, to write of her life in Africa. Yeah, so those were the collocations you can use with the verb to write, and I hope that this is helpful. If it is, please leave in the comments below what you think about these kind of videos and maybe the collocation that you liked the most from this video. Hit the like button, subscribe, support me in this journey of producing content. It's not easy, you know that. And I will see you next video. Thanks for watching.